How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the QuickSave podcast. I'm joined by my fellow host, Landon Barton. And what is QuickSave? QuickSave is a new show we're debuting on the SaveState channel to go alongside our main show where we expand our topics a little bit.
We got to talk about the movies, the TV, everything. All that fun entertainment stuff.
All the good stuff. We weren't exactly planning on debuting it yet, but we figured what time is better than now with something as awesome as the new Avengers trailer coming out.
God, that was awesome.
It was incredible.
What a great response from Marvel to where it was leaked, and then Marvel's like, damn it, Hydra, and just made it out there for everybody. Gosh. Like that is the perfect way to do that.
They're doing everything so well at this point, though. I mean, I feel like they haven't missed a step yet.
No, for
honestly.
Real. So let's go ahead and just break down kind of what we saw in this trailer because there was so much, subtle detail information too. I mean, it starts off with it looks like the scene where they're shooting in Johannesburg, so kind of South African set, and eventually, very quickly, very early on, you see the Hulkbuster.
Yep.
You see Iron Man toe to toe with the Hulk.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's the coolest thing in the world, and it looks good too. It looks legit.
From what I can tell from that, it looks like that's gonna be my guess is toward the beginning of the movie because I mean, Scarlet Witch is one of her things that she can kind of take over your mind and convince you to fight.
She'll kind of screw with you a little bit, and it looks like basically the Hulk is being kind of messed with. He's starting to lose control a little bit, and so Iron Man has to get into his contingency plan, the Hulkbuster, to try to stop.
Well, that's not the only fight we see. At one point, we see Thor grab Robert Downey Jr. by the neck and hold him up. So there's gonna be a lot of
that kind of leads you. It kind of leads you into Ultron. Ultron is introduced as he's just like this beat up, busted Iron Man suit, and he's basically saying he wants to see the world burn. He wants to see people screaming and just it's really dark.
He wants to protect us from ourselves.
Yeah,
essentially.
This trailer was dark. It's a
dark.
Little DC-esque, but it still has that Marvel fun flavor to it. But it is much darker than I think the other Marvel movies have been. So it looks great. The music.
The music was incredible.
So
the incorporation of the music was awesome. And then James Spader already is super eerie and an amazing actor. He killed it. The trailer, I can tell he's going to kill it in this movie just by the trailer.
I mean, the audio effects that they did to his voice was just perfect. It was subtle enough, but it was so good. And so then we see the twins. Yep. We see Scarlet Witch and we see Quicksilver. And this Quicksilver is actually pretty cool. I was impressed with this. What did you think?
I think it looked great. Yeah, I think the effects looked awesome. I'm excited to see how they turn out these characters and what they're like by the end of the movie. It's going to be interesting.
In my head, it was going to be hard to top the Quicksilver that we saw in Days of Future Past because he was so fun and so energetic and so unique. But he was a small part of that movie, which it seems like this is going to really kind of hinge on the twins. And
definitely.
You know, it's probably going to be their journey from being introduced as working with Ultron. Maybe Ultron frees them from whatever prison they were in, and then they become good at the end, or start to work with the Avengers.
I can see that, definitely.
So it looks so good, looks so sinister. Now, to some of the smaller, subtle parts, where you see Andy Serkis. It's been a well-known fact that Andy Serkis was going to be involved with the Avengers too. Most people thought he was just going to be helping with motion capture, because that's primarily what he does. But no, you see his face in the trailer. And who the hell is he? Well, you don't really know, but it's widely assumed that he is playing Ulysses Klaue, which, if you don't know, is basically the nemesis for Black Panther, who
has a movie coming,
which they've announced. Basically, they really want to do a Black Panther movie. I don't think it's officially been announced that there is a Black Panther movie, but they've definitely been very vocal that they want this. And even more added to that is you see Captain America's shield busted
in half,
just completely broken.
Blows my mind.
And if you know any backstory to Black Panther and Ulysses Klaue, is that they're usually always tied to vibranium, and so
which is what the shield's made out of.
Which is what the shield's made out of. So they might reforge and fix that shield, but also Ultron is probably made out of vibranium because you see him just kind of dripping with some sort of molten metal in the trailer. I mean, it looks so good. And Ultron looks amazing.
Yeah, he looks awesome. I could not believe it by the end of the trailer.
I've heard some concerns from some people that are not big Marvel fans that this is kind of getting a little bit of the Transformers treatment, where it just seems like big action and like Ultron at the end. If you look closely, he's kind of got some teeth. You know, some of the details may be a little questionable for some people, but I think if you talk to any fan, anybody that knows the comics, this is the coolest thing in the world. And it doesn't matter. This is still going to sell millions of tickets. Mm-hmm. And I figure if it's going to sell guaranteed millions of tickets and you're playing to your fan base, keep it up.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this movie turns out. I mean, I know it's going to turn out, but I can't wait to see it. I can't get here soon enough. And I think there's going to be a lot of teasing toward Captain America 3 because they've announced that Captain America 3 is going to be the Civil War. So I think by the end of this movie, there's going to be definitely some tension between Iron Man and Captain America leading up to that next big plot point.
They're doing a great job. Now, before we finish this, I did want to ask a question to the viewers at home because I don't know who this person is. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of speculation of who this woman is. But if you stop the trailer at the party scene when Ultron is first introduced, he's kind of walking out, kind of like, he's broken and stumbling and he's making his speech. You see all of the Avengers up there, but there's a woman next to Thor. Mm-hmm. I don't know who it is. There's speculation, but I don't know who it is. Who do you think it is?
Not like Portman, silly. Of course.
I don't know. It doesn't look like her, though.
It doesn't at all.
If you break it down. So
And then one last thing. Sorry to interrupt. Joss Whedon is directing this.
Yeah.
Do we think someone's going to die?
Man.
And who do we think it's going to be? It can't be Captain America and Iron Man. We know that for sure because they're in Captain America 3. I think one of them's going to die there, but that's for another time.
Maybe Black Widow?
Maybe. I think it's either Black Widow or Hawkeye, but I after discussing with you a little bit, I'm convinced it's probably
Will it be a permanent death, though? Or will it be an Agent Coulson death?
Agent Coulson. I mean, maybe she'd still just kill her off and she'll show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
that's the graveyard of the Avengers.
I like it.
You go back to TV.
That's
big
really
screen,
funny.
Small screen.
So there's a second question. Viewers, who do you think is going to be, if anybody?
If anybody. Yeah.
If anybody's going to be killed, who would it be?
I mean, they all want to retire. I haven't heard anything about Hawkeye or Black Widow wanting to retire. Maybe they need to keep them for the sake of continuity.
Man, I don't know. I am so beyond stoked for this. I watched this trailer 7 or 8 times already. I'm probably going to watch it at least 10 more times past that. Let us know, what did you think of this? I mean, we're needless to say, super excited. So,
thanks for watching QuickSave Episode 0.
Episode 0.
Episode 0.
Yep.